by the cookie company.
Stumble over happiness and just find love. Born and raised, blessed and made. Learn to create, teach and mentor. Never delay, do whatever it takes so we can meditate a clever escape and adventure now. Our lungs like spray paint on the wall, tagging up the sky and it won't come off. Yeah, I said it don't
Remind me that that's how we're going on.
Our team created a local business last December 12 and 13 and ventured upon what the business world would look like. We then stamped our name as the Cookie Company and simulated what it means to be a social entrepreneur. But before we move on, we need to define what it truly means to be a social entrepreneur.
Being social entrepreneurs entails caring more than just about the marginal profit. It goes beyond the monetary value of business as we tap into our social dimension as interpersonal beings. Basically, we would like to uphold the Savior's mission to be men for others.
The cookie company has decided to make use of locally produced ingredients for our cookies, which would be sugar in this case. By making use of their sugar, we will be supporting their industry and will also be able to promote authentic development through it.
So in order for authentic development to be present in this enterprise, the three grounding principles and three characteristics should be evident. The first grounding principle would be justice and charity. Justice and charity, basically, they come hand in hand together. You can't have one without the other. It's supposed to be justice and charity, not justice or charity. Justice is giving them what is rightfully due to them. Charity is going beyond that. You're actually giving a part of yourself until it hurts to others to help them be able to develop. So by supporting these local communities, we're actually giving them what is due to them. It isn't our money per se, it is actually our support. We should support them as fellow countrymen of the Philippines. Instead of using products that's being retrieved from abroad, we use the locally made products to help them. As this is a short-term enterprise, we will not be able to continue this for a very long time as the cookie company. And I feel this is where we fall short. But individually speaking, we can continue this. We can actually make use of local products in our day-to-day lives instead of those you get from abroad.
Next grounding principle would be the universal destination of goods. This principle basically means that God created the world, and as human beings, our dignity is superior compared to any other creature on the planet. This means that everything He made is for everyone, and not just for a sector of society. This is why we cannot use this as an excuse to abuse these natural resources given to us. Yes, all of us are entitled to private ownership, but whenever we keep and hoard resources, we're denying others the ability to use it. This causes people to fall short, and therefore it hinders them to develop. In the Cookie Company enterprise, we were able to integrate this principle by making our products available and affordable to everyone in the target market.
Last among the grounding principles is stewardship. Again, as we humans are created in the image and likeness of God, we have superior dignity compared to other creatures here on earth. That being said, we need to employ and allocate the resources that are given to us properly, and not in a wasteful manner. We actually were able to make the proper use of these resources by using them in our cookies. In the end, none of the ingredients were wasted, as all were used in the baking process. Furthermore, our entire inventory sold out, which eliminates the possibility
of wastage on our part. We also didn't buy more than we could use, because having an excess would mean wastage. Therefore, we purchased only what was needed.
As for the characteristics of authentic development, our enterprise covered all three types of development. For integral development, this would mean the development of all aspects. It is through work that people are able to develop. Ideally, work shouldn't be detrimental to a person's growth. Otherwise, it wouldn't be work anymore. Work should enhance our aspects and it should make us fuller human beings. In putting up the cookie company, work was needed to be done by each member. This kind of work was able to help each member develop his aspects, whether it be socially or intellectually.
Another characteristic of authentic development is inclusive development, which entails the development of other people and not just ourselves. The problem other people face today is that they cannot address their basic needs, such as food or shelter, as they are financially incapable. By addressing their financial concerns and basic needs, this will allow them to develop themselves as well. By purchasing and making use of locally manufactured products, we will be able to support these communities by providing them with income. If we continue to make use of local products, this would cause local corporations to thrive and eventually expand. This will then cause more job openings for the people that need jobs. Through all of this, inclusive development will occur. Lastly, sustainable development involves respecting the environment we live in. Pordito Rice Mill, our community partner, makes the materials we need by making use of a biomass power plant. In this power plant, they make use of the scraps such as corn husks to power their production. This will make use of all scraps, therefore reducing waste. Furthermore, this will also be more environment friendly compared to making use of fossil fuels that emits dioxin as a byproduct. As for the cookie company, we are aware that we use plastic bags to package our products. Plastic is known as an environmental hazard if not disposed properly. The plastic we use for products are of good quality, one that does not wear and tear easily. This means that it can be reused for other purposes and it need not be thrown away easily.
But it's one thing to talk about authentic development and another thing to live it out. We've been discussing on how authentic development is, but not telling you how we're supposed to live it out. So in the first place, we have to utilize our own local products to further prove ourselves as people of authentic development. We utilize the local indigenous materials in order for us to create our product so that people that actually sell these local products will generate income.
Secondly, we will try to promote locally produced products with our own products. As the name of our cookie grows, people will, of course, hear about our cookie and know that our cookies are great. Aside from this, we are also proud that we use locally produced products. Now, people will know that from our cookies, locally produced products are just as good as foreign products, and this will help the local companies grow.
Lastly is stewardship. As stewards of God's creation, we are obligated to make use of these resources. Just because we have superior dignity compared to other creatures in this universe, doesn't mean we can actually squander all of these resources. We have to make use of these resources according to God's plan and God's design. Therefore, squandering these resources won't be according to God's plan and design. Which is why we have to utilize it properly. And in terms of the cookie company, we actually utilized all those local ingredients in all our cookies. And none of them at the end of the day goes to waste. So to wrap all of this up, we challenge you, the consumers, to follow all of these steps. And once you've done so, you'll be on the right track to authentic development. Thank you.